This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, we now bring you an exclusive interview with Dr. Prafulla Chandra Mishra, Advisor in Department of Commerce on NIRYAAT portal and export monitoring. Interviewer is Shishir Sinha, journalist.
Prime Minister launched a portal which is called NIRYAAT. That's a National Export-Import Record for Yearly Analysis of Trade. Sir, one of the basic purpose of this portal is to do the real-time monitoring of the export. But there are certain other benefits of this portal too. What are those benefits and what are the real features of this particular portal?
This portal was launched by Honorable Prime Minister. There is a background to it. Department of Commerce has been doing the target setting and monitoring for last 1 year. During 21-22, it first started, and then we were doing this offline. Means the data were collected, then programmed, and then it was shared with all territorial divisions and commodity divisions of Department of Commerce. And then they were sharing with their counterparts, the countries under their jurisdiction, and the commodity divisions of Department of Commerce. They were sharing with their EPCs, Export Promotion Councils, commodity boards, authorities like APEDA and also trade bodies like FIO. And large consultations were there, and then target was set, and direction came from visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, and he had a clarion call on August 6, and then this target monitoring started. And it was a big push for the exporters as well as the official stakeholders, so both in external stakeholders. Now what happened? We see that there is a time gap. As you said rightly, so that real-time monitoring should come. So this is the main purpose of launching this target and developing this portal. The export target set and monitored every month, every week. But here the system has been developed like that one can know what is the monthly achievement, what is the achievement till that month, and then it is divided into different cells like 200 countries. Even the smallest country has been considered in terms of for the export, and 31 commodity group. We call it quick estimate commodity group. So when this was being shared by the export monitoring desk of Department of Commerce to all the territorial divisions and the commodity divisions, they were sharing their countries with their respective countries and the commodity. So there is a time lag. Suppose somebody is not there. So it was emphasized and conceptualized. Now let's have a real-time monitoring. And real-time monitoring requires a portal, digital portal. And this NIRYAAT is going to serve that purpose.
You talked about the limited purpose. On the face of it, it seemed that the portal is going to give the real-time monitoring of how much export we have achieved. But there are number of indirect benefits of this monitoring. What are those indirect benefits which may not be visible on the dashboard or on the face of the portal?
There are many advantages. First thing, suppose initially it will be login based. Then what will happen? The person, the ambassador or the commercial mission of a country now can have direct access. There will be a page, customized page for him. He can directly access through login password and see the data, the status of export achievement for that month, for last year, for next, cumulatively also. So this will really help them to be less dependent on the territorial divisions of MEA, of Department of Commerce, or the statistics advisor to create and share with them. So the interdependency will come, but the closeness will come, that they will understand their status and they will make more efforts. Honorable Prime Minister was saying that we will have double efforts. Now we means the entire government, whole government setup, whole government system. This is one of the approach for this portal, export monitoring. And by this whole government approach, what will happen? That everybody will work closely but through independent access to data. That's the ease of access.
So when we talk about ease of access, when we talk about deep dive of data, of course there are a number of other platforms available where you can access the data. This is one of another platform, but the purpose, it seems that also when you are looking for a newer market, these data will also help that. Am I correct to say that, sir?
Yeah, naturally, suppose it is required somebody to see from the portal directly what was the countries at the macro level which have come up as a new market, countries or territories. Say, for example, some new commodities have come up, and which are the new market? Yesterday, Prime Minister also touched upon that we have Switzerland, we have the commodities like going from Nagaland. So, yes, the deep down will help and research will help from the monitoring. But just you told that why it is a limited purpose. I told that limited purpose means the purpose is to monitor the export for the time being, then import will come up, but it is not the entire data there. If somebody wants to do more than that, then we have other platforms like there is a data bank in Import-Export Data Bank of Department of Commerce. That's in the public domain. Second, there is a monitoring dashboard also in Department of Commerce in the front page. So one can go. Then there are DGCS portal. So in the public dashboard, both the monitoring dashboard and data bank will sufficient for accessing the data. That's the ease of access of data. But this is meant for directly the missions, commercial missions, the exporters through their EPCs, then commodity boards like rubber board, tea board, coffee board, and we have many boards and authorities like APEDA, MPEDA. So that's why the coverage is limited initially, and the data is limited initially. It is only the exporter. That's why initially it is limited, but it has many advantages. First is the real-time monitoring. Second is the online system, and there are many views.
The next issue is about the target setting. As you rightly mentioned in the beginning of this conversation that one of the key thing was the target setting which happened last year. So what was the brain behind target setting and how this was done? I mean, it seems to be a very complicated exercise, not an easy exercise, and you were the brain behind that. So what was the real exercise behind the target setting?
Oh, sorry, I'm not the real brain. I'm just a worker, and the brain direction comes from Honorable Prime Minister and percolated to Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister Mr. Piyush Goyal, and also executed in the guidance given through WhatsApp mode. We created that with Mr. BVR Subramaniam, the new secretary who joined last July. So the story started from there. And because we did not have any annual target fixing in the past in Department of Commerce, so it was a history that the target fixing was a very difficult exercise. I would like to admit that, but it happened very smoothly. Like there are 10 territorial divisions, there are 9 commodity divisions headed by Joint Secretary, Additional Secretary officers. Then we had a workshop mode with Commerce Secretary. Then in that workshop mode, in the bottom-up approach, with the overall direction from Honorable Prime Minister. Prime Minister said you should have an ambitious target. If you don't have an ambitious target, you will not achieve that. So it was ambitious. Initially, people were also thinking that how can we achieve the target of 400 plus during pandemic, and last year the target was $291 billion, merchandise target. So initially there were hiccups, but finally it was presented to group of ministers. Then the Prime Minister gave the real pose with his address on 6th August 2021 through virtual mode. He addressed to all the missions of all the EPCs, the authorities, bodies, and the industry associations, exporters, importers, even the line ministries participated, states. So that was the big push. And then what happened? The rest is just to be done. That is tight monitoring. And the disaggregated targets of 200 countries by 31 commodities, and even if it is offline monitoring, it requires a lot of exercise and energy and workload, but we did it. And the monitoring even starting from Honorable Minister with EPCs, with other stakeholders, and the Commerce Secretary, then DGFT, everybody at their level. There are different levels of monitoring. And then weekly monitoring also we started informally in the senior officers meeting. So what happens? It generated the consciousness, awareness, and the disaggregated aggregates helped to pinpoint the achievements.
Now, what next?
next we thought that this portal, and through this portal, whatever the background work we'll do, Department of Commerce will do. And finally, because export cannot happen in India, it has to be with other countries, in the abroad. So that's why the role of the commercial missions, ambassadors and high commissioners is very, very important. That's why what will happen when they will have this ease of access of this portal and they deep down, and I'll take a minute to advise some features. I can explain some features of this, because how it has been formed. First, there is a world and there is a India. So India view, I will come later. Though in the world, we have all these 200 countries and 31 commodities. So there is a commodity view and there is a map view. In the map, you can see that the label of achievement with the different color codings and the percentage of achievement. All detailed exercise are there, and with click of the mouse, you reach your country where you are, in which respect of commodity you are doing better. So naturally it is a kind of brainstorming, and they will also hold local meetings, see the market, new products required in other countries. So that will help. Similarly, commodity divisions also will do that. And the EPCs will search the market, the new products and this. So this feature, the first feature is world view. Then here you have commodity view and country. And every country you can see their achievements, status of achievement. And there are also insights in the left-hand side of the portal. You will see there will be insights, the quick insight, some textual. So that is also drawn. And if you deep down, then you can get which are the 5 top products for a particular country. And these are also arranged territorial division-wise, that is region-wise, like NEA, VANAS, ASEAN, South Asia, like that. And within that, there are all their country groupings are there, countries are there within each group. And then if you click on the country, you can see which are the top products also. So in that way, the navigation has been made so nicely done. And you know there will be improvement if there will be there. Then this world view, then there is also India view. In the India view, what we have done, although we have not fixed the target for the states, after this export hub, the state as a export hub announced by Honorable Prime Minister the Independence Day of 2019, we have been trying to generate the data district level, the export data. And then with the granularity increases, what happened? We have better state data. We had state data earlier, but it was not that granular. Now it is commodity-wise. Now it is district-wise. And this data also you can see in that monitoring dashboard of Department of Commerce. This data is also reflected in the India view.
So if I understand correctly, you can formulate the district-wise strategy, you can formulate the state-wise strategy, you can formulate the country-wise strategy, you can also formulate the commodity-wise strategy. So when we say data is the new fuel, help in formulating strategy for the country-specific as well as the commodity-specific with the help of that.
But one caveat here. At this level, only the state level progress are there because we don't have targets. So progress is reflected here, and here also the map view and commodity views are there. For each state you can deep down and get their progress in each of these. And the beauty of this is that you can get which are the states. This is competitive, federalism. So that is stressed often. So where they are. So like Gujarat is at the top, Maharashtra second, Tamil Nadu third. Then how they are progressing, what is their share and what is their growth month on month. So these features are reflected, directly exhibited from this
and that will further trickle down to the district level.
District level not now,
but
in
the future. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That the next step will be district level. And since we are talking about one district, one product thing, so that will certainly help to boost the economy from the micro level, as you rightly mentioned the word bottoms-up approach. So bottoms-up approach, when the NITI was formulated way back in 2015, this was the word used that we are going from top-down approach to the bottoms-up approach.
Exactly.
And in the commerce too, in the trade too, we are going to have the bottoms-up approach.
We have already done. Starting from target setting, it is bottom-up approach.
Bottom-up approach. Now that will go further deep into the entire mechanism. At this moment, we are talking about the export. The next level, we are also going to track the import.
Yes, of course, because this portal, as the name suggests, that's National Import-Export Record for Yearly Analysis of Trade. That is NIRYAAT, the abbreviated form. So that means we are going to have import also very soon. because import monitoring is also important and it will be incorporated in due course of time.
Will it have the similar mechanism for just like the export, or will it have a different kind of strategy?
I'm sorry, I cannot say right now because we have to explore. And I'm sure as a statistician I can say the same format will follow.
Dr. Mishra, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
You were listening to an exclusive interview with Dr. Prafulla Chandra Mishra, Advisor in Department of Commerce on NIRYAAT portal and export monitoring. Interviewer was Shishir Sinha, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio.